What's up, everyone? In this video, we're going to go over the big stocks to watch for the rest of this week. There will be a ton of opportunity throughout the rest of this week. I am super excited. Like I said in this video, we're going to go over some great setups to watch, important things you need to know with midterms, earnings coming up, and at the end of today's video, we have a $3.96 million monster trade to watch out for. So make sure to stick with us today. But Tom, we have midterms today. What's going on in the market? What do we need to know?
Yeah, midterms were going on today, and the market was actually digesting this very, very well, especially early on, and stocks were flying up, and I kept seeing really good headlines saying the Dow is up ahead of midterms as the market kind of braces for maybe a Republican majority in the House or something like that. Nonetheless, though, the market was up, and then we started tanking all the way back down intraday, and then came right back up and retested 384. So it was a very up and down day, Mike. These midterms are going to make a very big difference here on the market here. There's a lot of stuff going on. I've even seen some machines glitching. It looks like in Arizona's Maricopa County, there is, it looks like they're still going to count the vote, but nonetheless, the machine has glitched. I also saw that there were some glitches in a couple other states as well. So expect these midterm votes to possibly go late into the night. You know, on the last election, Mike, we saw a lot of the results coming in at like anywhere from midnight to 3 a.m., even like 4 to 6 a.m. in some cases with some of those mail-in ballots. So keep on the lookout, guys. Also, we have states still legalizing marijuana like we talked about yesterday. There will be 5 states doing that. I will say, Mike, I was watching some of those stocks that we talked about yesterday, and Tilray did have a nice pop intraday. I will say, though, Geo was pretty flat.
Yeah, so if you guys missed yesterday's video, there were a handful of stocks that we said to watch related to the midterm elections. GEO is a private prison stock that Michael Burry, the guy who is in the movie The Big Short and who shorted the housing market back in 2008 and 2009, he is an investor into GEO. Like I said, private prison company. This stock absolutely blasted to the upside in 2016 when Trump won the presidency, and right now GEO stock is definitely running to the upside in a pretty nice way, so keep it on your radar.
Yeah, definitely. It could be a big one that moves if Republicans do take a majority, but we'll have to see how these elections go. I know a lot of people are looking at it from both sides, and you know, we appreciate all types of different viewpoints here on Stocked Up. So let us know in the comments on which stocks you are watching here for the midterms. It'll be pretty interesting to see some of those stocks you guys are interested in. But as far as today went, Mike, like we said, the SPY was very flat. Some notable movers to the upside was actually DraftKings. We saw a very nice explosion, and they were up 6.36%. This is one of our favorite stocks we always talk about. They are still down from earnings, but they are recovering up nicely. And talking about earnings, Mike, poor Disney here is actually down quite a bit in after hours, and they did actually have some pretty good numbers here. Like, they actually had really good Disney Plus subscriber growth, but I will say they missed on EPS and revenue in a pretty big way.
Exactly. So they basically did not make as much profit as everyone was expecting, and they did not make as much revenue as everyone was expecting, but their Disney Plus program has been growing at an absolutely amazing pace. Their Disney Plus subscribers are up 39% year over year. That's absolutely amazing, and they also beat on the expectations that Wall Street had for their growth. On top of that, Disney Plus is expected to become profitable in fiscal year 2024, and Disney, they didn't have bad earnings, but I feel like it just wasn't enough to truly make the stock blast to the upside. Again, it does kind of hurt to see that relatively big miss on earnings per share, though.
Yeah, it definitely does. And there was actually one other bad piece of information, too. They did actually go down on their average monthly revenue per paid global Disney Plus subscriber. That ended up going down 5% over year over year. But like you said, Mike, the growth actually did make up for it, and it was nice to see that up 39%. But overall, Disney is down, Mike. It's actually falling well below $100, which it was kind of straddling on today right before earnings. So obviously $100 is a very big level in everybody's minds. But I will say there's still a big support down here around the low of this year, right around $90 to $91. So still keep that on the radar. Very big support. And that support has been holding up for a long time, Mike. We have to go all the way back to 2015 to see a solid break below, unless you count the COVID move, which only it fell below there for just a couple days.
True. So Disney reported earnings. A lot of volatility came into play. But what is on the schedule for the rest of this week in terms of earnings?
Yeah, a lot of big stocks, Mike. So we still had a lot report tonight, like Plug, Lucid, Upstart, a lot of growth stocks like that. Obviously, we can't get into every single one here unless you guys want to have a 4-hour video tonight. But nonetheless, Disney is the biggest one. As far as the rest of the week, we have Rivian, Neo, Matterport. Also Six Flags, which caught my eye, Mike. It's kind of like Disney. I know Disney did better with their parks revenue. Obviously, they're not really connected too much. Winds reporting, also Beyond Meat, Unity. So we still have a lot of big ones coming up. Even CGC, which is one of those cannabis stocks, which might be affected by the midterm results tonight. So keep those on the radar, Mike. Can't forget about Roblox either. I'm sure a lot of people are watching that one. I know that stock has been falling down a lot this year, and it doesn't look like it's setting up well right now either.
No doubt. So you mentioned CGC and cannabis stocks, and I think this week will be very key for cannabis stocks overall. Of course, anything to do with the midterms and possible more legalization of marijuana can definitely help these cannabis stocks. CGC also reports earnings tomorrow before open, which can also bring in some hype. So I'm really watching CGC and Tilray, which is TLRY, throughout the rest of this week. These stocks do nothing for the most part, but every now and then they literally have jaw-dropping movement. They're definitely on my radar. They've been on my radar for a couple weeks now, and they tend to just explode out of nowhere.
Yeah, and what I like about this, Mike, is it's been down here around lows for quite a while now. Like you can see it that with in Tilray's example, they flew up a lot in 2018, and then throughout 2019 and 2020, it was very flat before finally getting some good news and flying up in 2021. Now we're all the way to 2023 almost, and it's already been a couple years since that last explosion. So it's been consolidating for a long time, and I'm definitely keeping it on the radar as well. If we could really break out above this resistance here around $4.20, I will definitely look at Tilray to the upside over the next couple weeks. And I will actually say, Mike, I bought a few hundred shares here heading into midterms just as a little bit of a gamble play. I think it might end up playing out well, but keep in mind, these marijuana stocks are very, very volatile.
Yeah. All right, Tom. So another stock I am watching for tomorrow is GLD. GLD basically tracks gold prices, and gold tends to move in some pretty big ways around these types of midterm election events. GLD was up 2.3% today, which is actually a giant amount for a play like this. GLD normally does good during times of high inflation, but with the dollar as strong as it's been this year, gold prices have had a relatively mediocre performance. GLD is actually starting to trend up in a pretty nice way, and it has a lot of upwards momentum, so it's definitely on my watch list going forward throughout the next couple days, and honestly, even the next couple weeks and months. This one has a lot of potential, and it's actually been on my watch list for a couple weeks now, so it's great to start to see a nice uptrend.
Yeah, 100%, Mike. And man, I will say the bot play did very, very well today on GLD, guys. This bot play was up 176% on GLD. It called it out at 8:59 a.m. Central Time or 9:59 a.m. Eastern Time. I live in Central, though, for anyone who doesn't know. And looking at the chart here, Mike, we can see that it called it out right before that huge explosion. Guys, this is no joke. 176%. What a bot play, Mike. I cannot believe how solid the bot has been the past few weeks, especially through all the FOMC events and stuff. We have seen some insane 100% plus pops, and it's been almost like one every week here over the past few weeks.
You know it. So for those of you who don't know, we have a bot that calls out options day trades every single day. Today's alert went from $147 each to $408 each, all within the same day. Of course, not every single play wins. No strategy is like that. No software can win every single trade, but our bot is damn good. It has been on absolute fire lately. It's awesome for short-term day trades. You also get access to swing plays and a bunch of other great custom bots you will not find anywhere else. If you want to try the bot out, check out that first link in the description and the comments down below. We have a coupon running for your first month that is applied completely automatically. Our bot is absolutely awesome. It's worth trying out at least for a month. Like I said, today's play popped by 176%. It's absolutely awesome.
Yeah, and even Baba's play last week popped by over 100%. So, yeah, it's been on fire, Mike. I cannot believe that it's been performing so well, even through the FOMC events and today with the midterms. I mean, that play on GLD was amazing. So, let's go, bot. Keep up the good work. And I know the members are really liking some of that profit there. So, yeah, keep it up, bot. But, Mike, I know that we always talk about some of these huge plays lately regarding unusual options. What do we have in store today?
Alrighty, so with the major $3.96 million trade that I saw today, it is truly crazy. So it's with TLT. For those of you who don't know, TLT essentially follows treasury rates or treasury yields. Basically, the hedge fund or whale trader today is making a $3.96 million bet that TLT will be above $103 and below $113 by January 20th of 2023. So this is a little bit of an advanced trade. It's a call debit spread, but I'm going to break it down for those of you who don't fully understand it. Essentially, a hedge fund is expecting TLT to pop up in a big way, above 103 and below 113 by January 20th of 2023. This is essentially a bet that treasury yields will start to come down a little bit, and specifically the longer dated treasury yields. Most likely this specific trade will lose, but in the event it wins, it will be an absolute monster gain. Like I said, it's most likely to lose, but in the event it wins, it'll be a monster trade. The reason it's most likely to lose is because TLT is at like $94 right now, $94.50, and it has to get all the way up to $103 just to break even. But once it really starts to run up, this trade has a ton of room to pop up. So if you want to follow this in a simple way, you can buy TLT or buy TLT call options. If you want to follow it in an advanced way with options, you can buy the 103 strike call option for January 20th of 2023, and you can sell the 113 strike call option for January 20th of 2023.
Yeah, definitely. It's really cool, Mike. I actually drew the range out here on the chart so you guys can kind of see where this stock has to go back into for this to profit. But what a huge trade, Mike. $3.96 million was put into this. I think that's a very cool trade to see, and it gives me pretty good hope, Mike, at least that yields might start coming down. I know that the 2-year yield has continued to just push higher and higher, and it looks like today it actually had a really big pullback as the SPY was moving up. So hopefully these yields keep falling down, Mike. It'll only be better for the market. And honestly, that CPI data coming out on Thursday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time will play a big role into the yields as well.
Yeah, that's actually a very good point. So Thursday is going to be very important. 1 hour before market open, we're going to get a new reading on the inflation data, and that can definitely move TLT in a big way, and it'll just move the market itself in a big way. So we need to see this inflation data start to come down. That's a great point, Tom. Tom, what other specific stocks are you watching throughout the rest of this week?
Yeah, there's a lot, Mike. So honestly, some of the bigger ones that I'm watching right now are some clean energy stocks. I'm really keeping my eyes on ChargePoint right now. And ChargePoint, I think, could do good or bad depending how the midterms go. But what I'm noticing with ChargePoint is they are on a major support right now where they have bounced 3 or 4 times in the past. And this is going to be right around $11.30 to $11.40, give or take a little bit there. But we're really close to support. If we do end up seeing this hold up again, I think this could be a very good play, especially given the risk to reward ratio right now. You might be able to pick this up for somewhere around $12, maybe $12.50 a share. If we end up falling under 11, I feel like you could let it go. So you're looking at like $1.50 to the downside, but to the upside, if we start really recovering here, I would look for a move up to 16 or even 20. So I like it as far as risk reward, Mike, and it does seem like a pretty good support here if it does start bouncing.
Good stuff. Another one I'm watching is Square. I've talked about Square quite a bit over the past couple of months or so. Square has a pretty tough resistance level right around $66 per share. It has a lot of room to run up, and it has a history of moving in some pretty strong ways. It's a powerful stock. It's pretty oversold, and I am looking for a pop back up. Like I said, it's a powerful moving stock. Very volatile, but it has resistance right around 66, and it has room to run.
Yeah, and a lot of buyers have been really running into this one ever since they did well with earnings. So I'm glad, Mike. I know Square was on fire this morning before the market started slowing down a little bit. So definitely keep it on the radar, guys. It's one of those stocks that have been really hot lately. And with those good earnings, it's almost setting up good for a possible post-earnings move here. So hopefully we see it continue up. I know another big one I'm watching, Mike, is Carnival Cruise Lines. This one's been really holding its ground lately up here around the top. There's a big resistance up around $9.50. So if we can break up above that, I will think that Carnival Cruise Lines can definitely continue up. I will say CCL is very low right now. Whenever I go look at other stocks like RCL, for example, they're up quite a bit from their lows, but CCL is honestly still very low. Keep in mind, though, they are a very low price stock. So from low to high, I mean, they're up well over almost 30% right now. So pretty crazy, but it does seem like it's on a nice uptrend. It's setting up well, and I really like the way it's been holding its ground, and it moved well today, especially given that the market was very mixed all across the board.
True. All right, well, it is now time for the momentum plays. With the first one, we have Zoom to the upside.
ZM, yeah, pretty nice move today, intraday. Honestly, I think if they could break back above 79 tomorrow, they could end up recovering possibly back up to that high of day around 81.50. So really just watch it above 79.
All right, then with the next one, we have Intel, also to the upside.
INTC, I'm glad they recovered up here at the end of the day. Go ahead and make them break the intraday resistance at 28.65.
And with the last one, we have GLD, also to the upside.
Yeah, this one was very nice. Actually has a really good upper resistance here. Make them break above 160, which is really close to the high of day. And I know 160 will probably be a nice even level for people to look at too.
There we go. So we are watching GLD, INTC, and ZM for potential day trades to the upside tomorrow, only if they break above the levels Tom listed. There's going to be a lot of volatility throughout the rest of this week, a lot of opportunities, regardless of market direction. The volatility lately has been absolutely awesome in terms of opportunity. I'm very excited for the rest of this week. We have some key earnings set to report, and of course that inflation data on Thursday before market open. Tom, do you have any final words?
Yeah, one final thing I had to say was Tesla had a pretty bad day today, Mike. They were down 2.93%. Whenever we were looking at the heat map earlier, this one really caught my eye today. It's one of the bigger stocks that stuck out as far as being to the downside. So just wanted to point that out. I thought it was interesting, and they fell below a very key $200 support over the past couple days. So that really does worry me with Tesla here, Mike. Hopefully this doesn't spell a big downtrend, and it almost looks like they're making new lows of the year, or they actually are new lows of the year right now. So it's crazy. A lot of stocks moved up today, but Tesla fell.
Yeah, it's been pretty tough for Tesla lately. No doubt about that. Guys, don't forget, if you're looking for daily options alerts, check out that first link in the description and the comments down below. Our bot has been killing it lately. Today's play just straight up exploded. It went from $147 all the way up to $408 within the same day. You can also get notifications for these alerts. So the second they come out, you can get notified on Discord. Definitely check it out at least for a month. It's absolutely awesome. Also, if you want to check it out, check out that first link in the description and the comments down below. A coupon will be applied automatically for the first month. Also, we want to give a giant shout out to today's member of the day, Popeye, in the Stocked Up Discord. You've been in the chat for a couple months now, so you're still pretty new, but definitely keep up that activity and positivity. Tom and I really appreciate it. Besides that, thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and let's have an amazing week.